We got the World Cup is proving America was right. I don't know who these people are, but I saw their video, saw the title. Saw it's got a decent set of views, to be honest. Basically a million in 7 days. So let's see what they're talking about. I'm enjoying taking, going down these little routes, finding out what different people's opinions are, getting their thoughts on, for the most part, their first time in America. So yeah, man, it's always interesting to see. I really wish I was able to be out here and experience some of this World Cup euphoria myself, and get to vlog and all of that good stuff. But we'll see. Hopefully next year we'll be able to do a road trip out there, and definitely try and get to California to yeah, try and do some of this content myself. But here we are. Let's get into it, man. Don't forget, like the video, of course. Make sure you guys smash that subscribe button. Help me keep growing from from London to the US, man. That's the whole purpose of this channel. Let's see what they're saying, man.
For years, Europeans have made fun of America. The giant supermarkets, the portion sizes, the flags on every corner, the patriotism. Anything you could think of, Europeans have probably said it about America.
And the fact that Americans can't seem to do anything quietly. But now, the World Cup has arrived in America.
Millions of people are seeing America up close for the very first time.
Minds are being changed.
I'm blown.
Blown.
We are James and Shana, a British couple that have travelled almost 20 states in an RV, and we have fallen head over heels for America. We post all of our experiences on this channel and also talk about our experiences and our opinions of different states. So if you are interested in that, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Right.
Hey, I'm definitely going to subscribe. I'm glad to have stumbled upon them. This is nice. They might be able to give some insights to different states and stuff that would be good for me before I get out there. I like it. They look like Americans, to be honest with you.
Europeans have been laughing at the size of grocery stores in America for years and years. But now, as we said, the World Cup is on and they're experiencing it firsthand. We have seen all over the internet people walking into places like Walmart and making videos because they are in shock at the size and scale of these things. The fact that they used to take the piss, I think their minds are being changed. They're starting to come round and see America for what it is.
And understand it.
It's bigger and better than every other country. Everything in it is bigger and better.
Yeah.
People are getting a real experience right now of America, and I'm glad the World Cup is in America.
Yeah.
I'm glad people are having to go there for the football.
Yeah.
You guys call it soccer. Because it's opening everybody's eyes up to how amazing and diverse America really is, and huge. Huge.
And maybe, hopefully now, the world is starting to realise how amazing the US is. The first time that James and I stepped into a Walmart was a crazy experience. First of all, we weren't expecting to see so many American flags hung up on the ceiling.
Everywhere.
It was incredible to see, and we were thinking, this would never happen in a UK supermarket.
Nah.
I'm sorry, but there is not one thing that you can't buy in Walmart.
Yeah.
I saw there was a tyre shop in there, canoes, guns.
Yeah, arrows.
I think Walmart's closest comparison here would probably be, back in the day it would have been Asda. It's very, very far from that ever since being taken over. What happened to my camera? I don't know what happened there. But yeah, ever since being taken over by an English company, it's very far from that. But probably Costco is the closest. And obviously you guys already have a Costco. You guys are the creators of Costco, and our Costco is nowhere near your Costco. But yeah, that's probably the closest we have to having a bit of everything in there.
Arrows, knives?
Knives, arrows, everything. Toys, food, anything you could ever think of is inside of Walmart.
Yeah. You could get lost in there.
You could get lost in there for hours and hours.
And
I
also,
think one time, did we lose each other in there before?
Oh, of course.
We do. Sometimes me and Sean go into Walmart and we lose each other for a long time.
Also, Europeans are 1000% not used to seeing this because they do not sell guns. Maybe knives? Kitchen knives,
Kitchen knives.
but nothing
not
like
proper
you guys
knives.
have in America.
Some shops in the UK, in the London area, can't even sell kitchen knives anymore. You
Literally.
know why, which is another messed up story. But seriously, people in Europe are not used to that. We're used to tiny little stores.
Yeah. I mean, for
Really.
us, they're big, but for Americans, they're not big. They're tiny.
No, for you guys, you're probably thinking, what are you guys going on about? This is just a normal store to
Yeah.
us. But for other people from other countries, they're like mind blown by this stuff.
Also, guys, let us know what the best supermarket chain is in America. What's your opinion? Because loads of people told us not to shop in Walmart because of the quality of the food. But we always go there because it's convenient. But let us know what's the best supermarket.
Yeah, where do you guys shop? Get in the
grocery
comments.
store.
Get
Yeah, that's what I want to know actually, because I mean, obviously when I went to New York, there wasn't no Walmart. I think the nearest Walmart would have been New Jersey, but we weren't traveling all the way out there to go to Walmart. So we done most of our shopping in Target. What other supermarkets did they have? Just whatever we could see on the mains, really. And I think, did we see a Trader Joe's? Definitely heard of Trader Joe's. I actually got a Target bag. I don't know why. I just found it cool to bring back. So yeah, most of the time it was Target, to be honest. Yeah. So what is the best supermarket? You guys let me know.
in the comments. Let us know where you go for your shopping trips,
Yeah.
and not clothes shopping trip, food.
Food. Yeah, yeah.
Something that people always take the piss out of when it comes to America is the fact that Americans love their country so much. But now people are visiting and they're starting to understand why Americans are like this. Because America is freaking amazing. I'm starting to realize, like, we're seeing videos online of people being like, okay, yeah, I understand why Americans are always flying the American flag and always tooting their own trumpet.
Yeah.
Because America is insane.
It's amazing. One of the huge things we love about the US is how much you guys absolutely love your country and you're so patriotic. You're always flying your flags everywhere. You have humongous flags, which we do not have in the UK. Yes, we have flags, but nowhere near.
Yeah, we don't have flags the same size as you guys. And I actually, for one, I am one of the people that love the patriotism. I love the fact that you guys embellish it, and you revel in it, and you show that appreciation. Similarly, how you guys are for your own personalities. I think Europeans tend to be a bit more standoffish, a bit more reserved, a bit more introverted, whereas Americans, for the most part, seem to be more extroverted, more confident, more outgoing, more assured. These are all things that I personally find good and attractive, for lack of a better word. So yeah, it's definitely good.
Tiny ones.
They're small, but nowhere near as many flags as you guys have in the US, which is really sad to see. And recently, there's been a thing going on where some councils in certain areas are banning people from flying the Union Jack, the St. George's flag on their balcony or in their garden or on the front of their house. For I don't know what reason.
They're fining people.
They're
finding people actual money for flying their own flag in their own country. What do you guys think about that? What do you?
I'm not trying to get too political here. It's a weird one. They shouldn't be getting fined for it. They definitely should be able to have pride in flying their own flag. To what's the word? To play the devil's advocate, the reasoning behind it, there is a bit of context to it. There's a lot of what's the word? I don't really know the political terms too tough, but there's a lot of sort of right wing or Britain first movements here in the UK, which is basically less to do with being proud of your country and flying your flag, and more to do with we don't want immigrants in this country, legal or non-legal. They just don't want immigrants, and they believe in the purity of England and wanting that purity back. So there's been a lot of flags being tied to that, and words on the flags and stuff like that, to sort of not belittle, but to reinforce their political agendas, let's say. So that's the reasoning behind finding it and stuff. Whether it's right or wrong, that's up in the air. But But yeah, I think there is a lot of pride with flying the flag, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think there's always going to be some stuff wrong. For example, if someone came down to the White House and, hung an American flag behind them and said that they're committing a terrorist scheme on behalf of their country, of America, then you might see some stuff. I hope you guys can get what I'm trying to get at here, but I don't want to get too political on the channel.
You guys think about that. The fact that you guys love your country so much, you should be proud of it. Because in the UK, people do not love this country anymore.
It feels like a crime to be flying a flag. It feels like a crime to be proud of your country now. It feels like you'll get in trouble for being like, I love the UK.
Especially, we don't know about other countries, but in the UK, it's like, it's becoming a thing now where like you're not allowed to love the UK. And to be fair, the UK has been going downhill.
Oh, for sure.
It's been really going downhill.
I don't know why that's their experience. If I'm being completely honest, like I don't feel like it's a crime, or it feels like a crime to love the UK at all. I think people can just be more appreciative and realistic with the fact that the UK isn't or Britain isn't as great as it once was. So yeah, I think people do have pride and love the UK and love many aspects of it and being from here. And I don't think a lot of people would change that. It's just that they can appreciate that there were so many good values and good things about the UK that are no longer true. So it's at the same time they're not wrong and strong, if that makes sense. That's my opinion of it. I don't know if they're from London. I assume they're from England, but I don't know if they're from London. So maybe their opinion is a bit different from mine, because obviously London is more multicultural, more diverse, more open and shit like that.
And that's one of the reasons that we really want to come back to America and live there.
We just love the sense of pride you guys have, and it's something that we want to grow. Like, how do you explain that? Something we want to.
We want to have that same feeling. It's not nice when you live in a country that you don't really like being in, and the whole vibe is negative here.
Yeah,
that's true. That is true.
The vibes that are going around, I need a better word for vibes. Makes me sound so young. I'm 30 now. A lot of the feelings that are going around are negative, and people are not happy here. And we're so inspired by how much you guys love your country. Like, we love America more than we love the UK. Massively.
Yeah, I feel like there's no freedom of speech here. If you say something bad, they're gonna come knocking on your door.
They're gonna come knocking on your door. When me and Shana are listening to Courtesy of the Red, White and Blue, we get goose pimples. We're singing the lyrics, man.
Yeah.
We love it. Like, get me to America.
Europeans are now seeing this in the US, the patriotism. They're even flying the eagles around the stadiums, and honestly, I don't think the Europeans can actually comprehend.
Yeah, they can't even comprehend what they're witnessing.
What's going on? This doesn't happen in European countries. This doesn't happen in the UK. How cool is that? Even just an eagle flying around a stadium.
The showmanship that Americans put on is out of this world.
See, this is mind-blowing for people who have not had any exposure to it at all. Obviously, I've been doing this side of things for at least 6 months now, coming up 7 months. So you guys have seen me on this journey, seeing the sports side of things and, some cultural stuff and stuff like that. But even outside of that, I was someone who, I'm quite young. Growing up, I've listened mainly to American music, not really a massive fan of UK music. Exposed to a massive amount of American cultures, American movies, sitcoms. Obviously, like I said, I've been in America 3 times even before starting this streaming stuff. So I've already had a more open and exposed reality to America. So a lot of this stuff here that they're saying, especially when they say about the showman stuff, the sportsmanship, the showmanship, that's not a surprise to me. I've seen this. I expect this. I've known this. And it's one of the reasons why I still embellish and revel in the American cultures, because it's so different and so unique and so spectacular, to be honest.
Like when me and Shana went to our first ever college football game,
Oh,
one of the teams had a dog running around. One of the teams had a dog running around. Every time it ran across the pitch. And the bands.
The field, not the pitch.
The energy. And I feel like Europeans
Halftime
are really
shows.
getting to experience this firsthand. And the videos we've been seeing everywhere are everybody talking about how much they love it and how America does everything bigger and better. and they can't be taking the piss anymore because they're enjoying it.
Yeah, boy. Our next point is about the friendliness of Americans. I think most people are probably very surprised about how friendly Americans are, especially from what they hear on the media, what they see in the movies, and that actually sounds silly saying it out loud, but you know, people actually believe the media and they hear about the gun issues in America, and they also
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I've been in America a few times. I've obviously managed to speak to a lot of you guys on this channel and build good relationships and stuff. So I play. There's some people I play on this channel that I play chess with every single day. You know, um, and not just Americans but Canadians as well. And I think people, like I said earlier, people need to touch grass. People need to go out and travel and experience the world for themselves rather than just building these opinions based on one or two people that they see online. And thinking that that's how everybody is. Of course Americans are friendly. Of course Americans have loads and loads of, different opinions and different personalities, different cultures and shit like that. It's a diverse country. So, but I've had personally very, very good experiences with Americans. Even when I travel, I have good experiences. For example, when I was in Barbados a few years ago, swimming in the sea. No, sorry, not Barbados. I was in Dominica Republic with my missus, swimming in the sea. She was on the thing. I just went to go swim on my own. Got to chatting with this white guy who's he turned out to be American. We was chatting. He was quite older, let's say late 50s. And just start hitting it off, chatting, back and forth, getting to know each other. And then it turns out he actually owns and lives in the house. What do you call it? The house from Home Alone in Chicago, from that massive from the movie, that massive house. He owns it. How crazy is that? Like, how small are the worlds?
automatically think that all Americans are bad, or most Americans are bad and scary, but they don't realize that when they go to America, they are greeted and welcomed so much. They are so friendly, even over the top friendly in the best way possible.
You almost think that it's a joke. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Is that person really being that nice to me and they've just met me? But
Hmm.
we've been to America 3 times now, and every single time we have been welcomed with open arms. You guys are so generous, so friendly. I've got a friend right now who's over in America for the World Cup, and I told him about how friendly you guys are, and he said to me, James, I thought you were joking. He's like, I thought you were joking, but these people are so friendly and they love to have a heart-to-heart chat. Like, whenever I speak to an American on the street, outside a gas station, it's not just a normal hi, how are you? It's a heart-to-heart conversation. We get into the nitty-gritty.
Yeah.
We're
I love
talking
that.
about mums, we're talking about dad, talking about grandma. It's amazing. And I'm so happy that loads of people from Europe are now getting to experience that, because I'm not being funny. In Britain, in Germany, I've heard people are very grumpy and they
Standoffish.
don't talk to you. Like, when we go to the grocery store in the UK, I'm not having conversations. When I'm in Walmart, I'm talking
That's
to
true.
everybody.
Yeah. And on the street, for example, just walking on the street, you are not going to very unlikely to have a conversation with someone in the UK.
That's true.
But when we had a walk in America for the first time,
We bumped into like 5 different people and we spoke to them all.
yeah, and they obviously didn't even know we were British until we spoke. And then we were just having like 10-minute conversations with every person we walked across, we came across, and it was insane. We couldn't believe it.
It's a very different culture. And I think having the World Cup in America is really going to open so many people's eyes to the way that you guys act and the way that you guys move. I think people are going to fall in love, man.
I think they have already fallen in love.
We have, definitely.
Yeah. For years, people have told us everything that is wrong with America, but very few people talk about what's actually right with America.
Which is surprising, because it's unbelievable. And yes, we know America is not perfect. No country possibly can be, you know? But let's be honest, after everything we have experienced in America, we are obsessed. It's one of the most diverse, friendly places we've ever visited. Like, it's incredible.
You can get everything you want there. You can travel. We understand why some Americans don't have passports, because you can travel anywhere you want in the States and you can get a different climate. So
Every state is like a different country.
it is, yeah.
Different little American twangs,
Yeah.
different food,
Yeah.
different personalities, different scenery. So we understand why Americans don't have passports, and we also understand why so many of you beautiful Americans love calling America your home. And hopefully one day we will be able to do the same thing.
100%.
I second
the
that.
World Cup may only last for a few weeks, but for a lot of visitors, their
A
opinion of
lifelong
America
impression.
may possibly change forever, and that makes us so happy to hear that America is finally getting some positivity sent to it, and people are experiencing it for the first time and actually having their own opinion on it, rather than listening to the media and other people's opinions.
It makes us very happy. We're over the moon that America is finally being fully understood and experienced rather than judged from outside.
So if we're happy about it, we can't even imagine what you guys are feeling. You must be feeling so proud
Yeah, a
and
lot of pride.
overwhelmed with the responses you're hearing and you're seeing on the media right now from Europeans and people visiting your country.
Let us know if this is true.
Yeah.
Is that how you feel? Get in the comments and let us know.
If you liked this video,
Nah, this was a good little video, man. A good little speaking point. Obviously, I've shared a lot of my opinions throughout the video, right or wrong. Don't hate me in the comments. Don't slate me in the comments. It is just my opinion. I'm fairly an opinionated person. I'll be honest, and I'm always going to give you my real unfiltered opinion. So yeah, don't hate me for it. Just if you think I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. Of course, let me know in the comments. But yeah, obviously, I understand. I've only had a very, very, very small snapshot of America so far, of literally just New York and Orlando, although I can't even really remember Orlando because I was so young. So really, it's just New York. But yeah, I see the allure, I see the attraction, and I also want to be a part of it. You know, I would love to be over in America. Obviously, I've been indulging in your cultures, the sports, the food, so movies, everything. So it's only right. It's only right. And you know, I feel like we built we're building a bit of a family here with the London Reacts channel. And you know, like I said, I've got to know so many of you. So many of you reach out to me on DMs and give me so much, resources to look into and build such, good conversations with. And especially you guys over here on Patreon as well. You know, that's where we've built our even stronger community. So yeah, man, we're only going to keep going from strength to strength, and we're going to keep exploring and building out, and exploring and understanding more of the American culture. And ultimately, hopefully, I'll be able to at one point get myself over there and embed in the culture a bit more. But yeah, that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think I'm wrong, if you think I'm right, if you agree, if you disagree, your favorite American grocery stores, and anything that you think I missed or anything that you want me to check out. Let me know. Like the video if you like the video, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.